when they do come up to see it. So we'll do a lap and then park up and I'll come and, yeah, we'll spin the line and we'll come and have a chat to you because we just got still got theory in. They're coming through now to Little Ground. There comes Granny Foster. We can do a lap and then line up or whatever, just a quick chat. Here comes Joshua. Never lets this round, it's Joshua. Mr. McLaren's signing. If you go round and line up, whatever, put the chat in the line, because that'd be probably easier. Comes Archie, a lovely Garrett. Archie's a traction engine, steam engine primarily, but everyone goes, oh, it's a steam roller. No, it's not, it's a traction engine built for road boarding and work on like a top drill. So you've got a large flywheel, you've got a flat tail top and drive all sorts of stuff. So the plan is just to go around and line up and I'll come and have a natter. And I want to know about credit. So each of them mixture of pink silk and I think the 3 or 2 brave individuals have scratched silk. So they will have gone and cut the answer goodness knows where, looking at the cement thinking, I can make a dangle pin or a stick of alga or whatever out of this piece of metal, and off they go and do it. But if you buy a kit, they still require machining and finishing, and you've got to build it. So I take my hat off to any of them. So I've got representation of various mates of the engine. And some are completely scratch built to the builder's design of something they're loosely based on. But otherwise a lot of these are built to what we call scale. Now you can have 6-inch scale, which is half size, 4-inch scale, a third size, so you're supposed to get the plans as the real thing and then you scale it down and you make your chosen machine. Now this one is really, really nice. So you've got a 4-inch scale freelance traction engine that would have been used for haulage, but can also work machinery with a flat belt off the flywheel. So it's a single cylinder engine, so the steam only goes through it once. So what can you tell us about this one, sir?
This was built in 1962 from scrap, more or less, by a chap who was a distant relation of mine. So he was a one-legged flameman turned blacksmith and welder, and he built this back there, picked up the bits from the scrapyard that we went past every day. So he's been around the country, he's been not local for a while, and I bought him and he's around him for about 10 years now. So it's just like that.
Perfect, so I was saying, completely scratch built. So this particular steel could have been absolutely anything. But now full steel bar and it's part of the motion and it's good. I have to take my hat off to the guys that make these things. We've got a little lubricator on the top which is pumping oil, keeps things lubricated, or ratchet mechanism. You need to stand and look at these things to actually fully appreciate. So next up then we've got a Foster. I'm going to tell you this is going to be a 4-inch scale. Single cylinder, lovely piece of kit.
Yeah, well, this is his first year out, so it's taken about 19-20 years to build. All the castings and then clean them and basically put it all together.
So the man with the black hat and the red skirt?
Right, an absolute labour of love. I can't thank you guys enough for doing all that because it's just absolutely beautiful. So if you get a chance to look at them as they go round, you can take a look in the top and see what's called the motion. You've got the crankshaft, steering and bits and pieces. You can learn a lot about engines just from looking at these things. Thank you very much for bringing it in. So, next up then, we've got the Little Giant. So, as a caster, 4-inch scale, so that's a 4-inch scale, that's a 4-inch scale. So the original, the caster was quite a smaller, quite a bit smaller engine. So again, a single cylinder. I don't remember seeing a caster for a while in the arena. So was this one of the kits, or did you just build it?
All coming.
Lovely. It's great to see it. It's just a beautiful thing. Just the stuff, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I've said before, the power that these things have got, there isn't anything that will out-accelerate a steam engine. I'm going to an electric motor, but we're not going to win. Because the steam power is absolutely explosive and off it goes. Well, so why not? Awesome. So you didn't expect to get any, and here we go. So, 4-inch scale McLaren with a crane on the front. Now this has got 2 cylinders on it, so we use the steam twice to get a bit more economic, more bang for you, but why is it called Brexit? After your brother. Excellent. So was this one, I can't remember, was this one a scratch built, kit built? It was even scratch. I didn't do it before that, but there we go. But I think this one had a go at. I think it's brilliant, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, but there's still always something to do. You know, a little bit of fat in here, fat in there, and you know, you might get something to start to wear. But because you can see it, it's a lot easier to work on. I've got a big diesel engine and a Volvo that I've got to pull out, and that, I think it's got crankshaft damage, and that's going to be an absolute nightmare. So I've actually bought a replacement, another engine for the Volvo. We've got crankshaft on here, you can pop it out, deal with it. It's still an awful lot of work, but it's lovely to see it. Thank you for bringing it in, sir. Yeah, we're always pleased to have you. Absolutely, we'll make a day for next week. Right, next up then, I'm going to ask the question. Now this is a 16-inch scale Foxter. Why is it called Flex?
Well, it's a bit of a long story. I've always had it short, but we name these things normally after children or grandchildren. Now then, the problem is with that, it's just the middle grandchild, Freddie, who had Willie at home, and then my daughter, when he did it again, and I've now got our school into it. So,
Absolutely fantastic. So again, single cylinder engine. If it's spinning down, you can put the piston down backwards to everything else you've got. Governor lights on here. The idea is that as the speed increases, speed fly out, and it's previously empty to go to slow back down again. If I'm right. Yeah. Early speed, Governor.
that is Victorian cruise control.
Absolutely. Victorian engineering at its best. Well, thanks very much for bringing it. It's lovely to see it, and it's always great to have a bit of a chat. If you get to look at these things, you've got the lining detail on the wheels, the headcaps and stuff that almost polished you an inch of their lives, and it's just lovely to see. So a lot of care and attention goes into these things. You've got about an hour and a bit to work. Once you come out the arena, let it cool down, drop the fire, get ready to go. You can't just put it in a trailer and take it home, because everything's got to cool down to pressurise. Okay, so next up then, a direct speed traction engine, 4-inch scale. This one is Archie. Archie's been doing this stuff all weekend, a single cylinder engine. So I'll ask you the question, why Archie? Archie was the oldest member of the family, which is my mother, my wife, her father, and the youngest member of the family was my daughter's son. So that's where it came from. It's my son's son rather. So it was the oldest member of the family and the youngest member of the family. And soon at a time, we've got another grandchild now, so but I'm not going to build another engine. I suppose you could build a trailer or call it something, or yeah, build another a trailer or something and plan that. But it's lovely to see it. It's great. I just love these things. It's all polished up, but absolute credit to their owners.
Yeah, I bet you
So
right.
next time we've got a barrel. Now this would have been off early engine, like for a tractor.
Yeah, so this is a model of a big one that has been used for putting loads on the road. So this would be like lorries, which you can use now, but this is the thing that you put in the trailers, towing goods to wherever they were going.
Yeah, so like a tractor, tractor without a trailer, as opposed to the frozen express, which is actually a flatbed lorry. But it's all hauling goods, pallets, whatever needs to go from A to B. One of these in the past probably would have done it. Lovely. So, was this one a kit, or did you scrap it?
This is a kit from Steam Fashion World. So this is a kit of 30 kits. Which you get every month. Basically, put it all together, post it, and they're all buying.
Still lots of work. And yeah, I'm in awe. Big time, I'm in awe of you guys that build these things. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very much for doing it. Lovely to see.
See if he can pull that off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's just about getting him through the gate there.
So in the end, they could see the wall for a while. So they moved into internal combustion engines, and again, sadly now is a name that's disappeared. So this one is a homage to a vehicle that's no longer, well, this has never made it into preservation. It's in the livery of Harvey and Son, a local work, and the job of this one would have been to deliver the beer from the brewery out to the pubs and bits and pieces. So, a little bit about this one. What's that is essentially just a compound engine, so it's usually consumed twice, much more efficient. So, was this one a scratch built or a modified kit?
So this one's built from the Steam Factory World kit, but then quite modified over the years to make it suit the prototype, you know, the Harvey lorry that it was, and all customised to make it work for what we wanted. So yeah, there's quite a lot of customisations on there, but that's what makes all these engines different. So if you look along the line here, although you might find several that are all quote unquote Steam Factory World kits, no two of them are the same. They're customised to the owner's preference.
Oh, absolutely. And so you've decided that, yeah, quite rightly so, to make this as a sort of a tribute to the Harvey trucker that never made it. And I think it's absolutely fantastic. More power to your elbow. They're all accredited. They really are lovely. So, we'll go and have a quick chat. We can. There's one little one over the back, and we'll see if we can just chat a quick word to start the others. Now, Saturn that's going around, if you look at the tyres on the rear end, you've got an outlet tyre dot. If you look at the inside of the wheel, between the rubber and the metal, you'll see metal strips and scratch. Now, we had a chat with one of the drivers of this yesterday, and one of the first things that he did was to get hold of these rubber tyres and put it on, because you've got no suspension on these vehicles at all, and modern tarmac roads are bad news for these things, because you rattle and that's worse enough, bad enough in a car. I'm sure we all know about potholes and bits and pieces, but he told me that the rubber outer tyres makes one hell of a difference. And it's also kind to the road because it doesn't tend to damage things. So let's go and have a very quick chat. See if we've got anybody with cities down here. I'm not sure who.
See another one coming up.
Yeah. Because I often hear with his steamroller, everyone tends to generalise to say steamroller, well this is a steamroller. Where does this one work, Justin? Where does this one work? Is there a Mason? Yeah.
My grandfather.
Yeah. So it's always been a road rolling. And it's got on the back a scour car which can be dropped down onto the road. You drive up the road and rip it up, then it would get sorted, new surface loaded, and then these guys would come along and roll it back. And we've got plates on the back here which can be adjusted in to scrape all the tyre and chip into the wheels off. This is an Overling and Porter roller. They're a very prolific manufacturer in Kent. And if you look at this, if you go round again, you've got the steering. Now you've got two huge great chains off the roller at the front that run around a roller at the back, and you've got a worm drive to actually push and pull the chain. So it takes quite a while to get some steering lock on with these things, so they're pretty slow. So if you've got one of these coming at you on a showground, one, they've got no brakes, and two, they do take a while to maneuver themselves down. I'm breaking a set of pieces for someone else, so I'll apologise for that. So we've got Sissy here, who's a very nice model of a Foden. You know anything about this little one? No. So it's lovely to see. Are you driving it? Because it's very nice, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful piece of kit. So we'll go and have a quick look. Now this is a Foden. So it's a smaller version of the Foden that we've got up the other end of the arena. So next up then, place traffic stocking into County Council. I think it's an Overling, it's another road roller. Again, you can feel the steering here on the back of the wheel here. You've got plates to scrape off any of the tar and fix it when it's rolling. And if you see these, when they're stacked, they're just rocking backwards and forwards gently because they're making of the piston running itself backwards and forwards. So fantastic piece of kit, absolutely beautiful. Have you had this one long, sir? Have you had this one long? So it's a much loved member of the family. Excellent. Are you going to need water before you go? Will you need water before you go? Well, I'll come down and do a water run. And then we've got the bar at the end, which we talked about with the rubber tyres on, because it was quite bloody uncomfortable without them. So it's nice. It's one thing I've remembered from yesterday. Putting these on just makes it nicer to drive. So this would have been, was this an agricultural engine? Was this agricultural engine? Yeah. So this would have gone from farm to farm during harvest season, whatever. You have a large flat belt which went on the flywheel here, and this would drive especially the field, stone sucking, whatever they wanted to drive with it. And if you saw them down the bottom, the spare benches, they have this huge great flat belt. You think that's going to fall off in a minute, and how does that transfer all power?
Here comes another one.
They just do. They are incredible. I think we're going to go very fellows up here. So we are going to need to have some water before they get going. So another Overling and Porter from Rochester in Kent. Some elements may be destroyed to take place, but not possible. And again, it's not think, oh, I'll take it out for a day, and take some steps to set the ground. When they finish the mud, they have to get the sun around, let it cool down, let it depressurise. But a lot of these will go from here tonight under their own steam to use them up to each trade to get themselves back to where they should be. So bringing up the rear is just here. Another roller. Again, if it comes past you, just look at the ends of the chains. Don't get one pulling, the other one being pulled so it can get his steering lock on. They're wonderful bits of kit. Absolutely wonderful. Sorry? Lovely, isn't it? Oh, good. It's great, because you get the youngsters coming into the hobby. Oh, it's Simon Johnson, you know. Yeah. But it doesn't matter who you buy it from, he's covered in nuts and all, and loving every minute of it, and that's coming into the hobby. So, yeah. Yeah, and you learn so much about mechanics and engineering with looking at these things. It's a hard and careful to steer that. Open the regulator up and away you go. Now a number of years ago, when the showdown here was in its infancy, the A27 was being resurfaced, and those the showdown owner at the time, which is still here, had armored trailers coming in full of road planings, and so we laid the hardcore road, topped it off with the planings a bit and pieces, and then it was open season to the roller drivers to actually put their rollers to good use and create the roads that we have today, which allow us to get on and off without too many problems. Right, let's have a quick word. Right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the thing raised for today. So let me right away, because it's time to make some noise, because I don't love doing it. Once they've done that, I'm going to bring the fire appliance in, and we're going to top up the water in the tank, because I think all of these are getting loaded away tonight. So, if you can hear me, ladies and gentlemen, you know what to do. Alright then, thank you very much for coming in. top them up now while the robot's on our line to get to the game. So, thank you to everybody for the